for all the other shows that didn't have faith when they were down like we did.
We've always had faith.
We always said this team is a playoff team. We know it is. We know it. The defense,
Faithful.
it's going to come around. You know, you're just going to have to score 20 points. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that's what they did.
There you go.
And there they do. And we never wavered. Never, ever wavered here. So
Unwaverable.
This is the place where you get the true commentary on what's going on over there in Kirby. And here's the deal. Is that defense is what this is true. This is absolutely
This
true.
part is true.
This part, not the last part I just said. This defense this is a championship level defense. Period. It's a championship level defense. It ain't the 85 Bears, it ain't the 2000 Ravens, maybe not even the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's close to that though.
It's close to the Bucs.
It's close to the Bucs. It's close to the Bucs. I mean, but now you did have a career year out of he was 22-6, their quarterback for the Bucs.
Oh, Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
You had a career year out of him. And
we've got Brad Mills.
Well, he's not really that, but he is Brad Mills was the Astros manager.
Well, that's an actual.
Right.
I was trying to do a Davis Mills.
I know,
Brad
I get
Johnson,
that.
But yeah, there was an actual Brad Mills.
But anybody who was on the Davis Mills bandwagon saw what yesterday should have convinced you. I know he had no touchdowns.
But
oh my gosh, he was great.
He was terrific.
I
tell you, Ballard texted. I talked with him just a little bit. Well, we texted. And one of the things he just said, unprovoked, was I thought CJ played really well.
But played great.
And that's what he said. And I said, yeah, he did. He was on time. He got the ball out. He threw in rhythm, and he was accurate.
Yeah.
I thought he was really accurate yesterday. And I thought Nick Caley had a good game. You know, people jumped up. What about now? Oh, give me an update now after those two quarterback, the tush pushes. But those were good. That's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
I don't want slow developing running plays, and I don't want him throwing on 3rd and 1. I would take a tight end tush. He did something new. He has gone to something that has had a high success rate across the league, has worked for the Texans actually previously in the game. I actually thought Nick Caley called a good game. I thought he was not predictable. I thought the play action stuff was good. I felt like there was rhythms developed. There was good play action stuff look how often wide receivers were open.
Yeah. They had over 380 yards of offense. I mean, CJ passed for 276. They ran for over 100. I mean, I don't know. Again, the red zone it's a problem.
Yeah,
it's a problem.
It is.
And they need to punch stuff in, which they don't, which made the game close, which made the referees play a huge role. Look, that interference call was it defensive holding? I think
No, it was interference.
Was it interference or holding?
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's an automatic first down on what would have been a
automatic
down.
First down. And that was one of the.
It's as bad as you're going to see.
Wow. And I hated how honest JJ was. JJ goes, wow, they're having a bad series here. They're having a really bad series. The referees. It was holy crap. That was a huge call in that football game.
This is one of the few times I remember thinking, ooh, the Texans are getting a ton of breaks.
Yeah, which they don't normally.
Not usually, but that one really changed the complexion of the game because Texans would have kicked a field goal from there, and then instead it became a touchdown, and then it felt like they missed the extra point call too.
They didn't. I don't believe that they did because by the time you saw the ball, and I think it was.
Okay, but
I think it was
here's
good.
what did you
the
hear?
The angle was bad. First of all,
the angle wasn't great. But did you hear what?
Yes, it's got to be the hold. The ball has to be totally inside.
And he didn't think it was.
Yeah, he didn't think it was. But that angle is a terrible angle, and you don't see it. Actually goes over, and it looks like it's bad almost when it hits the net. So that ball is curving. I thought, you know what? I could see where it's a tough call. It's a really tough call.
I would have called it based on the way we saw it, and we see every kick from that angle basically, except on NBC where you see it from behind. It looks like not good. I mean, based on that, and if you look at the replay, I was sent the replay. The ref barely even looks up. It's kind of crazy. Like I'm not sure how, with all the technology they have and the ability to create. Okay, with 6 inches, they missed the first down by 6. All this Hawkeye technology.
Right.
How do you not have something?
Put some lasers in the.
Well, like in tennis, we know exactly within seconds if a ball's out or
Well,
not.
here's the deal, though, is that the tennis has lines everywhere. The lines end at the top of the goalpost.
But you can be lasers, but you
That's
could
what I'm
create
saying.
verticality.
That's what I'm saying. Put lasers.
Yeah,
up there.
I mean,
if it touches the lasers, it's no good.
it's no good, and I think probably that wasn't. But I don't know. It's up for debate because the angle was tough to see.
Well,
And it was hooking, like you said, which made it more likely that it was a miss, in my opinion. But regardless, it was the pass interference penalty. But the Colts had their chance. They went down the field, and the Texans got a huge stop on a second down run where they created a loss of 5 where Jonathan Taylor tried to bounce it out, and that was kind of the big difference in the game because the Colts ended up kicking a field goal, and then they weren't able to, instead of going down and scoring a touchdown and matching the Texans. So all I know is the Texans did what they had to do.
Yep.
And once again, here's another game where teams can't get over 17 points. I mean, we can say it when we went, Alex Pierce is getting it. Alex, they give up this. We always find things that we're not crazy about the Texans, and then we look up at the scoreboard and it's like, well, they just didn't really give up a lot of points.
Again, every game. They'd be 10-2. 10-2 if they scored 21 points a game. If they scored 21 points every game, they would be 10-2. That's how good this defense
they only had
would be.
1 sack yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't even hear Danielle Hunter's name.
Danielle Hunter didn't do a whole lot, but Will Anderson.
Anderson early on, but then after that, you didn't really hear much from him. I mean, that defense.
Well, that one where he ran right down the middle on.
Rankins had the sack. Al-Shaair went down and then came back. AJ Speed came in and had a penalty right away.
Only Rankins had their only sack.
Yeah.
But there was pressure, and I don't know, man. It was just a solid game from the Texans, and I think the Colts got away from their running game. They kind of just got away from it a little bit early. Taylor did have 21 carries, but to me, you have to keep running at the Texans because if you don't and you get behind the sticks, they're they're too hard to deal with. They're built to rush the passer. That's how they're built. They're built to rush the passer from outside to inside across the front.
Well, listen, they had a balanced attack: 27 passes and 23 runs. The Texans ran 19 more plays than they did. Texans had 35 passes and 34 runs. The Texans possessed the football. Texans, grinded it out. They moved the ball. They could, but they were going from 20 to 20 again. But the Texans, when you only have 50 plays in a football game, I mean, it's hard to give them more than 23, 24.
You're right.
Yeah.
10-minute difference in time of possession, 7 more first downs. Third down conversions, Texans were 6 of 13. Colts were 3 of 10. Both teams were 0 for 2 on fourth down conversions. But Texans got 20 more plays. They had 83 more yards. I mean, they and it was admitted to me, they won in all phases.
Yep.
I mean, the Texans, Colts missed a big extra point. This is a completely
that was huge.
This is crazy. It changed everything.
Yep.
But this is pretty crazy because you now have the Colts and Jags sitting at 8-4, and they play twice down the stretch. The Texans are 7-5 and already have a W over the Colts. I mean, if you look at the Colts record, the Colts have Seattle coming up. I think the 49ers, right, and the Jags twice, and the Texans once. Is that right? Yeah. Texans once, Jaguars twice, and I think they have the 49ers and Seahawks left. That's a tough schedule for them. They got all winning teams.
This week the Jags, at the Jags, then at the Seahawks, then the 49ers, then the Jags, and then at the Texans. Yeah. I mean,
they may not make the playoffs.
Yeah, no.
They may not make the playoffs.
As good as they started.
As good as they started, or, and this is crazy, you could end up having potentially, here's a chance you could have 3 teams. I don't think it's going to happen where you have 3 but the Texans have a head-to-head over the Bills.
Mm-hmm. No, there's absolutely a chance. The Jaguars are actually the ones in the playoffs, leading the division right now.
Yeah.
And the Colts are still in it, and the Texans are just our first team out. So, yes, absolutely. Listen, this Chiefs games, I hated that they lost to the Cowboys. Hated that the Chiefs lost to the Cowboys. Because, man, this is going to be, you know how.
No, you hated that the Chiefs, that they lost to the Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah. Because, it's good for the Texans, don't get me wrong. But this is a team that's now fully on the brink of not making the playoffs, and they're just too good to be there.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know that there's anything they can do about it. Like, this is not the same Travis Kelce he was in his prime. Rashee Rice is really good. They don't have a great running game. They've got a pretty good defense. I mean, I'm not sure Pat Mahomes is going to love it against the Texans. I'm not sure that offensive line is going to love it.
Oh no,
because their offensive line's got some holes. They're kind of leaky. This is not the same Colts team.
And
I'm sorry, this is not the same Chiefs team.
By the way, it's a nationally televised night game. And the Texans now are 1-0 in their last nationally televised night game.
Yeah,
so
they're 1-1 in their last two.
But they're 1-0.
They're 1-0 in their last
They're
one.
undefeated in their last one.
Yeah, that's true.
So
as a numbers guy, I can confirm that.
Right. Yep. Absolutely.